3:43, Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. They say 340. This is an ancient Hindu philosophy. And at 340 is the download point. Maybe I could be a conduit. The subject of parental alienation, brainwashing and kidnapping, Elizabeth Smart syndrome, darkest witchcraft. Most people can't even think about. Too much for the senses, right? Oh. So hopefully I can be a conduit, because each one of these videos where you try to come across nice, but you're talking about a current syndrome, elongated abuse from 10 to adulthood and continues, and part of the abuse is the kid can't see it, and their surroundings have been curated, and there's no stand-up people to do the right thing and say, hey, listen to me. You really need to get out and spread your own wings. I don't want to say anything too much more, but you really need to go out. Forget the false promises, forget your deals, forget codependent parents that are codependent on their kids. You know what I mean? They want to have them like 50 Cent's oldest kid, like David Goggins' kid. David Goggins is hero to the world, but not to his own daughter. It's because of psychological abuse. You know, you watch Dr. Phil talking about the Catch Me Outside girl. She went to this camp, to Joe Rogan. She went to this camp. She was there for 4 months. She did great. She was great. She was happy. She was so well. She was exemplary leader. One day with mom calling and bashing people and just being around that energy, and it reset her right back to Catch Me Outside girl, who now gets $50 million. And this is what I keep saying. Not only do you have an unconstitutional family butcher court, was likely intentioned that way, right? But you have all, oh man, the psychological, it just seems like Mission Impossible, right? But do you do the right thing in the face of the dragon? Who are you? Right? And then you try to do the right thing in the face of the dragon, but you're talking about extreme psychological child abuse, and you've seen the results of it, and you're like, whoa. And you read about it, and you're like, man, this is fucked up. This can't be, this is ridiculous. This really can't be real. And then you can't sleep. I get up early anyway. I have to get up early. All of us have to get up early. I do a burpee program every day. If you guys want to jump in, we do a mastermind. I'm there for people if they want to show up, if they need somebody to talk to. The only price of admission is an early morning wake up. You got to catch me at 5, and I get up at 2:30, no later than 3:30, and I do burpees straight away. I go straight to burpees. I read. I put a book in front of me. I read the book. I go to burpee. I do dive bomber push-ups. I freeze. Because mental toughness is what we really need. If you are, hurt me, fine, but don't use my kid to hurt me as the one person she's supposed to be. That's just a black hole. You can't even, it's too much for the senses. Nobody even really wants to think about that. I swear, you start talking about it, everyone's, right? And then if it happens to you, man, the mind crack, because you just didn't realize. If you're not a person that would not, if you're a person like me that would never do something like that to their own child, rob them of a super dad. They all know I was a super dad. They all know I was the biggest thing in that kid's corner. I was a 5.0 E5 service member in 3.5 years, accommodated by my strike rep, admiral, and instructor my last 3 years. Of course, they all reduced that. We all know what it is. Every credit that is really due to me has been taken away. And let's just focus on whatever mistakes or stupid things we provoked to happen. Most of it was provoking. Really, 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 none of those incidents would have happened without the pain of the kidnapping episodes and the fucking added frustration. One time when I was deployed, they know I'm deployed at war, receiving combat pay. Oh man, you know what I mean? I had to switch cars, this old beat up Toyota, so she couldn't see the Lincoln Presidential. It was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous. You know, the amount of stalking I've been through. This girl, my girlfriend's name's in the cutoff letter. She stalked this girl for 10 years. Says, oh, yeah, he's in Colombia. He doesn't want no one. He just uses women. No women is important to him. Then 4 months later, finds the girl's husband. Says they're still together. Well, which one is it? I throw women away, or we're still together? The fucking bitch is psycho. She would attack me with these fucking fake Facebooks with like brides with crazy shit to where you would just see, I mean, insanity. She's weaponized her whole Jerry Springer family. When you pull up a picture of this family, when you look, you can look them up online right now, they look like a Jerry Springer family. It is what it is, man. Like, you're a diamond if you can overcome a bunch of bullshit like that. I had to do it. I definitely had to do it. I had a very seriously oppressive, well, she tried the psychological shit. But she was just such a fucking mess, man. She was just such a fucking mess, man. But for her to take money off of my head and to put me in those situations was completely uncalled for and unnecessary. And my kids' other grandparents fully know. They saw me sleeping at these Davidson's place on the floor. This family that just had trash piled up everywhere. I didn't even like them. I liked one guy that was over there. But man, I was just like, fuck. They didn't care if I crashed out on the floor, and I was cool with people. I wasn't like a bad guy to have around, you know. I'll definitely throw down when it came to it. And Albuquerque was like, there's this fucking area called Turkey Town. I was never over there, you know. And that's why I've learned, like, you even want to stay away from the Jerry Springer land, because all you meet is fucking losers. All there is fucking losers, and they set their sights on you. You gotta get away from that shit, and you gotta go operate with someone who has a little bit more class and tact. And I'm sorry that I have been so accurate and precise in my delivery. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, the way you say this shit is hardcore and all that. What look what they're doing. I am the bad guy for describing what's actually going on. I am the bad guy for telling the truth. No, they are the bad people. Do you get it? You know what I mean? Don't let, they keep this. I never fear truth. I believe in the truth. There's no way. I'm already impressed how this holds. The story's changed 50 times. New things have been invented. You know what I mean? New lies came up. The neckbreaker thing is new. That wasn't in the original slew of bullshit. That just came out of some, you know what I mean? Oh, so what you found? What about in my fleet of cars while I was a homeless bum? When she wrecked one of my four cars at that time, one of them being a Lexus, one of them being a nice Isuzu Rodeo. Come on. You know what I mean? Head on with somebody. I don't know how you wreck head on with somebody. You're not going to wreck head on with me. You know what I mean? Okay, son of a bitch. Anyways, so listen, I'm very happy to tell the truth about these lying, child abusing, ... I'll let you fill in the blanks. Since my mouth sounds, which can't even begin to describe how horribly black and dark this is. Just witchcraft, child abuse. It's child abuse. All the specialists, they've said this for 60 years. I sent them all the videos. They kept attacking me doing it. It was just like, wow. These Jerry Springer people, they do not give a shit. And then when you see that your princess has been turned into a product of that environment, you're just like, man, you got to get out of this, dude. But then you're the bad guy, because you're now calling it what it is. You're now calling this person's family the Jerry Springer family. It's a completely, and they know this. They know, these people know exactly what they're doing. This ... knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's done. She knows about the false addresses to burn down houses. It was even returned. How does the people get away with this? I called the federal child support place that locked my honorably serviced instructor, admirals accommodated, lefty 5 and 3.5 years, served my daughter, heart surgery reclosure, in the waiting room, by the way, when I'm having, she's squeezing my finger and I'm promising I'm always going to be there for her. Mom's filling out a $500 paid research program form about answering yes to have taken illicit substances while pregnant. I showed up. I was paying for a 2-bedroom apartment for this lady, and I show up and she's 6 months pregnant. There's beer bottles all over the place. Her sister's correct out screaming at me. I'm like, I'm not paying for this fucking apartment no more. And then I'm not allowed to fucking go to the, I'm like, yeah, go with your parents, whatever's better. They're all a bunch of fucking alcoholics too, it turns out. You see where I was at the surgery, you could see where it all started from. You know what I mean? I couldn't fucking stand to hang out with people like that for fucking... You know what I mean? It's just highly unfortunate. This kid was extremely weaponized and unbalanced for such stupid, pathetic reasons as to wreck the ex and get the checks, because she went and got them. You better believe it. And she lied about it, that's for sure. She acts like she didn't get them. They all act like they didn't get them. Well, not all of us youngsters are going to hide outside of mailboxes and investigate. Simply go down now that we're 18, get the paperwork and see all the shit. My dad is just filing for his rights over and over and over, and doesn't even get school notices, and fucking, doesn't even get clothes, and and she keeps cutting me off and doing all these irrational things and throwing these... Your grandmother saw your mom try to rip you out of my car. There's 3 other guys that were in there. 2 of them are still alive. They saw your mom trying to rip that. Nobody's gonna lie to you. You can go to Philly and find out what kind of super dad I was, and every single kid wanted me as a dad and fucking said, Haley's so lucky, or, so lucky, whatever, man. Fuck it. You don't have no respect for me. Don't give a shit about me. Don't give a shit that I fucking died off of lies, off of fucking... You know what I mean? You don't just break a father and a daughter at 10 years old when they have that kind of bond, and not and you still continue to lie to their face every single fucking day. You know what I mean? You gotta get out of that situation, dude. I'll take whatever videos down. You call me, I'll take whatever videos down. But otherwise, man, I'm telling my story. You fucking those pieces of shit. They killed me. They fucking pieces of shit just like them just killed my friend Aaron Roberts. Just killed him. Just took his life. I have pictures of him on my fucking Instagram right now. A beast, man. And then contact denial, and then a year later, he's dead. They intend for this to fucking happen. This is the most fucking ruthless, violent shit. I put a post in the beginning of another fucking secret ninja channel of hard truth. All right, that no other father has fucking probably ever done. My dad put himself under. No, look, you can't listen to this bitch. She fucking lied about, we're finding out. It's ridiculous, man. These people are fucking ridiculous. Debaucherous, horrible individuals. And you need to understand. Everybody needs to understand, if they're already doing this, I'm telling you, they're standing on so many skeletons in their closet. They just didn't cross that line out of nowhere. No, they're fucking horrible people. They've been horrible people. They got there by lying about every fucking thing, and lying on angels, and lying on valiant people, and lying on good guys, and fucking twisting their PTSD or their autism or whatever fucking speculatory bullshit they fucking want to come up with. Brain tumor, right? Saying that he's Dude, people leave other people leave their kids with me forever. I've taken this child to 16 different fucking states to make sure she knew she had a whole big family on this side and was in touch with them from little. You know, unfortunately, she didn't get to stay in touch with all of them. That's highly unfortunate. That's the robbery that comes with it. That's what her mother intended. You know, she knew that her dad and everyone that hangs out with her dad is 10 times the people of all those Jerry Springer nuts. Nobody I know would ever be involved with this. Nobody I know would be a stupid, blind Jerry Springer level to not be able to identify this. Everybody I know would be able to be like, whoa, somebody tried to do this on me, and I was like, in 10 days, I was like, you have to get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I want to see that kid talk to his dad right now. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not helping you, kid. Are you fucking insane? Do you realize that I'm not, you know? So now everybody can know. This is what happened. This is what I'm going through. I don't care anymore. I don't need, you know, it's more important than whatever little like face or superficiality that I could possibly want to preserve or like keep untarnished to tell this hard truth. So I am not benefiting from this personally at all. This is exactly, I would have never came on camera. I was never on camera. I try to give every chance. If you banglandmovie.com, if you go watch the pilot, the child priority pilot of this project, right, that I did for a Paul Revere, a call out horrible government things video competition 13 years ago when this all started, because my bishop said, well, you can't do anything about your situation. There's nothing you can do. Everybody told me that too. And there was nothing I could do. I tried to drag my father into it. I tried to do everything to say, you know, she really took out $2 million of damage. That can be looked up. That's on my tax. It's all on my tax returns. My last tax return before I disappeared. And for so long, they reset my credit and everything. You don't exist. Yeah, because I was living out in the fucking jungle for 8 years, man. Trying not to kill all the people that kidnapped my kid. A whole family of drunken Jerry Springer people who kidnapped my kid. And brainwashed her into fucking just robbed her, man. Robbed her. She would have been with me. A Jedi. Seriously. And she could still do that, but she would have to humble herself. She would have to remove the 50 Cent's oldest son disease from her. Stand up for truth against lies. You're not helping anybody, enabling them to fucking continue on their bullshit. No. If you really want to see the best in them, they need to face their shit, and they need your help. They ain't gonna do it on their own. And you need to help yourself. And oh, look at that. The best help for you is the best help for them. Disconnect, dude. I need a year break. I need to go. I need you to stay the fuck away from me. You're a narcissist. Take an MMPI-2 test. Work on yourself. I'm gonna go work on myself. We'll reconnect in 1 year. Cool? If you can't respect that, fuck you forever, or for whatever. When you can respect it, which will be definitely after 1 year, we'll talk. That's exactly the boundary you need to set. See, boom. I'm the magic man. In gardens and fucking plantations and however many living organisms all over the damn place. And you're missing out on all of this and all of this experience, so to watch two people work 2 slave jobs and work a slave job, all because of Jerry Springer lying, child abusing, drug heads, child abusers, in the face of, just like child molester, they won't stop. You don't see the appendage go in, but the damage is worse. It's spiritual and psychological rape. by the one person by the people you're supposed to trust. That's exactly what it is. All right, well, I'm going to end it there because I think I kind of said it a little more calmly, less stern-gunned myself on this one. And, yeah, and at some point, you know, I would love to find somebody to work on this project with me. You know, somebody else who's just picking their guts up all the time over this shit still, man. It's no fucking joke, man. When you make that promise with the kid on the freaking hospital bed, getting the closure that this person caused as they're just carelessly, and then now you're faced with this. It's just like, whoa, man, whoa. Let me just throw another prayer out, man, because that's really been the only reason I'm alive. That's the only reason I'm alive right now. It's because I really made real commitments and renewed them 3 times. 13 years old, 24 years old, 25 years old, yeah. And then it's just about that. I cursed God, unfortunately, and I took the fall. Do not do that, dude. Do not do that. That is real, man. That is real. And I was, just like Chris Langland said, I was knocking on the door forever, and I was not feeling accepted until probably, I want to say maybe 6 years ago. And I'm just constantly, I'm up early. I'm not giving that pissed off guy that knows he's redlining, watching child abuse. And spiritually, I do my meditation, I do my burpees, I do my reading. You know what I mean? I continue to try to give the truth. And at the very least, unfortunately, it is because I know that it perpetuates them to need to continue to buckle down on their lies, which is going to be, I mean, you cannot go wrong just telling the truth. That's what you're supposed to do, you know? And I'm trying to do that better. And I apologize for, you know, not crossing my I's and dotting my T's or whatever, using some bad words when I'm describing horrible child abuse that the Elizabeth Smart Syndrome person cannot see. And it's just like, wow, this is just the most horrid thing to watch. This is just the most horrid thing to watch. Anyway, enough of this. So, yeah, we have to speak out. You know, now that Tulsi Gabbard is also doing prosecuting false accusations, it's like, hey, we've got lots of false accusations here, extreme child abuse and kidnapping for money within an unconstitutional system. All these people should be jailed. All these lawyers should be investigated for weep 'em and reap 'em. And if they've been doing that, if they've engaged in the weep 'em and reap 'em, they all lose their licenses and they go to jail. This is ruining families. This is ruining families. Judges who are in on the take, there should be a task force planting wires and secretly creeping into this system unannounced, gathering intel for 1 year and fucking everybody like they deserve. That's what there should be. Share and like this, clip that little thing out and share and like it, whatever, man. I never was on the internet before. I really absolutely had to be, just so I could go over enough things to where it's just like, you can't really lie about me. If you can kind of get to know me through this diverse spread of subjects I'm talking about. You know, you can't just talk about parental alienation. You look like a freaking maniac. You're somebody who's lost their kid to this. And you don't just lose your kid, like your kid died and you heal. No, it's not like that. They hang this torturous question mark out there and the kid's in a psychological false reality, and you're like, fuck, all the whole time. And at the same time, you're spiritually disconnected. I mean, cauterized witchcraft, never to connect again. Like, you're spiritually broken from this person. Me and my kiddo could probably come back together as friends of some kind. You know what I mean? But, I mean, yeah, nah, we've been forever, the dynamic's been ruthlessly destroyed. You know what I mean? And yeah, you know what I mean? I feel really bad for her because she just doesn't have, she had a superstar Jedi guy that's like, smacking it around in life. You know, that's what I was trying to say. Everything comes out wrong when it comes to this topic. It's a witchcraft, man. It's a serious voodoo, you know? And your kid is the one, is the doll. It's fucking insane. And nobody realizes what's going on. Nobody. You know, and they're able to get all these flying monkeys to participate in it. If you are one of those, man, I feel sorry for you, so you stupid. Listen, both sides can promote you, but the worst thing that can happen is you just be in the middle of this, decide to be indecisive and slapped against the rocks and have no will of your own. Mental toughness, man, mental freedom. You gotta start somewhere, get up early, do the steps, check the boxes, and crawl back into optimal performance and clarity. You gotta go to nature. This ain't no joke. You can get a hold of me for one-on-one. I beat it. I lost my kid. These people are so psychopathic, Jerry Springer, nuts. This kid didn't have a chance. Just like a lot of the kids I was locked up with, like I just said in the last video. They didn't have a chance. They didn't have a chance. They have no chance. You know what I mean? No, I know that guy's going to be a fucking superstar, and he's going to accumulate all kinds of badass shit that I could never do, and fuck that. And he's going to look like 5 million times. I'm going to kill this now. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be the little one. I'm going to be the big one, damn it. And they do the shady shit to do it. The leg breaker and the fucking ice skater. They're fucking horrible, shitty, wormy, little dots. I'll let you fill in the blanks. In the name of Jesus Christ, gratefully, thank you for everything. Thank you for this beautiful life. Thank you for all this potential. Thank you so much for looking out for me so many times. I know there's been so many angelic interventions. I could never possibly deserve it. Thank you for that grace, and thank you for this life, for all life, for this magical life. I hope these hard truths can get through. And I'm sorry that, you know, my communication, I would like to work on my communication skills, and I will be I have been working on my communication skills. Oh, I love you, Lord. I love you. Thank you. 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 Please, you guys have a strong life. As a cultivator, I can tell you, we came here to get strong. We came here to get strong. We came here to get strong. All challenges are opportunities to build strength. If you can take this one on like that, you're going to become the strongest, most valuable thing. If you become this challenge, if you become just like them, that will be sad. That will be sad. All of them are sad. They're all pretty sorry. Like I said, I don't know anyone who would be able to go along with shit like this.